MTA fans, are you ready? And if you are, give me an M, give me a T, give me an A, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire! Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome you to episode 100 of Thursday Night Thunder, and I just want to say this right off the jump. Thank you all for supporting this channel and supporting us all throughout 100 episodes of Thursday Night Thunder and any other special event that MTA has ever put on. I thank you guys for your support, but tonight we go racing for the 100th time on Thunder, and we have got 16 of MTA's baddest monster trucks ready to do battle right here tonight to kick off the May season and the 100th episode of Thunder. There you see Chantel Bailey from Johnson Motorsports, who is currently carrying the checkered flag into the brand new season. As we take a look at round one matchups, Dragonoid will take on Outlaw, then the Beast takes on Goldberg. Then we're going to see Clydesdale, Bradley Graham's new ride, take on Blue Thunder. And to round out the first half of round one, Raising Cane takes on Crash Test Dummy. And up first, kicking off episode 100, is Aaron Church and Dragonoid. He is now set to take on Jamie Hurd in the Iron Outlaw Ford out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. And both these drivers have been on Thursday Night Thunder many times before, and they are set to do battle on episode 100. Who goes to round two? We're about to find out as soon as the light goes green. Dragonoid and Iron Outlaw here to episode 100 down the straight stretch. Outlaw falling back behind Dragonoid, trying to come back and couldn't come up with it. Aaron Church and Dragonoid picks up the win here on episode 100. And folks, we have got a stacked show for you here tonight. You don't want to miss any of it. But now, up next in round one, Jason Craddock from K&J Motorsports in the Beast returning. Now set to take on Robbie Keaton and Goldberg. Now Goldberg debuted 50 episodes ago and it's still running strong. Robbie Keaton resurrecting the old truck from the past. He is now set to take on Jason Craddock at a K&J Motorsports in the Beast Chevrolet. Looking to have a better May season than he did April season. Stage now, here's the green light, they're off to a good even start down the stretch through no man's land. The Beast had a lead, but Goldberg come back on him in the end. I'm not sure who did get the win, however. The Beast and Goldberg crossing the finish line almost at the same time. We're going to go down and take a look at an MTA photo finish and try to declare who the winner was. Beast taking on Goldberg now here in round one. Your winner, Robbie Keaton and Goldberg, and it wasn't by much. Both of them tried to shut it down there at the end. However, Goldberg did pick up the win by merely 3/4 of a tire. Now, next up here in round one action, we have got Bradley Graham returning after a long hiatus. The owner of Outlaw Motorsports, he's bringing back his brand new ride, the Clydesdale machine. And I said bring back, I mean debuting is what I do mean. And speaking of debuting, newcomer on the scene, this is Charlie Stevens in the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder, who is staged over in the far lane, the classic matchup on Thunder. Ford versus Chevrolet. Who's taking it into round two? Blue Thunder and Clydesdale down the straight stretch. They're even up and over no man's land. Some big air. Bradley Graham turns it over in the end. Clydesdale is upside down. But Charlie Stevens, what a debut. He was hanging right there with Graham all the way to the end of the line. However, the Chevrolet has turned it upside down, and old Mike Wine says it takes 10 Chevys to beat one Ford. Well, Bradley Graham just proved that wrong here tonight as he rolled and tumbled across the finish line. Take a look at the MTA replay right here. Watch the nose over by the near lane in Clydesdale. He nosed over in no man's land. He tried to gather it up, but I do believe that's what got him all out of shape. Nonetheless, Bradley Graham is your winner in Clydesdale as the MTA track crew and officials go out there to roll him back over. Doesn't look like he hurt the truck too bad. He kind of got into the wall protection. He'll be back for round two. Now, speaking of debuting, yet again, this is newcomer Timothy Adkins in the Raising Cane Ford He draws up, however, Kieran Adams at a K&J Motorsports, who is coming back from spinal surgery. He had a great recovery, and it's glad to see he's back in action and doing well. Crash test dummy now staged over in the far lane, again ready to take on newcomer Timothy Atkins and Raising Cane, who goes on to the next round. Both trucks staged at the line, 2 forward, set to do battle. Here's the green light, and both trucks are even off the line. Slight lead to Crash Test Dummy, some big-time air, and Raising Cane turns it over. Timothy Atkins in his debut run is upside down. He tried to gather it up, coming out of no man's land. Just didn't have enough for old Kieran Adams there in Crash Test Dummy. And we're down trackside now with the MTA track crew and officials, and they're turning Raising Cane back over. He got into the sea container at the shutdown area, and now you see they pulled the truck back over, broke off the left front tire. Hopefully we'll see him back and better than ever next week, as he was hanging door handle to door handle with old Crash Test Dummy. Now next up to the line, it's former Thunder contender Zach George in the Titan Chevrolet. He is now set to take on 6-time Thursday Night Thunder champion Jeffrey Skipper, U.S. Air Force Afterburner, representing Johnson Motorsports for one last season in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner stage in the far lane. Titan in the near lane, Zach George behind the wheel. He's been here many times. He's looking for his first Thunder win. Here's the green light. Skipper got him up the line. Titan trying to play catch up now, and he comes back on him in the end. Zach George and Titan came back on him in the end right there across the finish line. Skipper's on the trailer with the Afterburner, and the Titan Chevrolet moves on to round 2. And next up in round 1, the man that just took home the Maximum Carnage Championship, old downtown Mitch Brown in the Bigfoot Ford out of Pacific, Missouri. He's now set to take on Rich Wagner. And speaking of Rich Wagner, a flashback to episode 1 of Thursday Night Thunder. It was the debut episode. Rich Wagner took the American Guardian Chevrolet to the first ever Thunder Championship, and he was the first ever checker flag holder in the old American Guardian Chevrolet. And you never know, the truck just may reappear here tonight. And of course, Wagner now an 11-time Thunder champion and currently pilots the Wild Hair Chevrolet, as he has done for quite some time now for Outlaw Motorsports. He would want nothing more than to claim the 100th episode win after taking home episode 1's win just 2 years ago. Stage against Bigfoot. Here's the green light. Mitch Brown and Rich Wagner down the straight, up and over no man's land, and Rich Wagner comes up with the win. Whoa, look at it. He turned it over there in the end. He got up on top of the bus stack and just barely edged it over. I don't think he had much room to shut the truck down. Got up on top of the bus stack, and it just kind of laid over on its side. Well, next up here in round 1, Joseph Nelson, who took the April season by storm and his brand new mind blower, he is now set to take on none other than your boy Shaggy, Matt Cheever, Grave Digger the Legend, out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina. And for quite some time, old Shagster couldn't get a win. He finally got the big W out here on Thunder, and he's looking to do it again for episode 100. Mind blower and the Legend now down the straight stretch, and Legend's got a lead on him, keeps it out on the Mind blower, and Grave Digger the Legend is your winner over Joseph Nelson and Mind blower. He puts the new kid on the shelf early. Now next up here in round 1 competition, we have got Timothy Cantwell, or you may know him as the Cowboy from Hell from Outlaw Motorsports. He has a crack at Chantel Bailey, now a 7-time champion. And speaking of Chantel Bailey, as we go back to episode 4 of Thunder, she took home her first Thursday Night Thunder Championship on July 2nd, 2020. And here she is now a 7-time Thunder champion, rocking and rolling, currently 12-0 on the Thunder circuit. And you know, old Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter would want nothing more than to put a rival team on the trailer and wipe away the streak. Who's it going to be? Bounty Hunter takes on Mountaineer to close out round 1. 2 forwards now down the straight stretch, and they're dead even up and over no man's land. We got a race, and I think Cantwell did it. Cantwell may have just ended the streak here in round 1 on Thursday Night Thunder. Chantel Bailey gave it her all, but it may have not have been enough for the old Bounty Hunter in the far lane. We're going back now to a photo finish to see who did win the race. Your winner, Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter, puts it into the streak here tonight. And Chantel Bailey and Mountaineer are on the trailer for the first time in 3 weeks. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible round 1. We are going to take you back with a Thunder flashback moment, and it was going to be the debut of Goldberg.
There it is, the Goldberg Monster Truck. sign, and look at the face popping out of the window. We're going to get a real close look at one of the hottest stars in monster truck racing that Goldberg has driving for his team.
An incredible moment on Thunder for sure, but who could ever forget the UFO crash that led to its demise? James Vaillancourt in UFO running against Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend. And on that night, UFO did win the race, however, was not able to come back as Vaillancourt and the team couldn't get UFO back together due to the significant damage done, and that gave all the power to Matt Cheever and Gravedigger the Legend to try to take home a Thursday Night Thunder championship, and UFO hasn't been seen since. But back here now with episode 100 of Thunder, we are entering round 2 competition. Dragonoid will take on Goldberg. Clydesdale meets Crash Test Dummy. Then we see Titan take on the Wild Hair in a battle of Chevalets. And then Gravedigger the Legend takes on Bounty Hunter. And up first, we just saw this truck's debut on episode 54 with Bradley Graham behind the wheel, Robbie Keaton piloting Goldberg. Now set to take on Sky High Racing owner Aaron Church and Dragonoid, who didn't run so hot in the April season, looking to turn things around. The crew made some changes on the truck, hoping to perform better for episode 100 and the Dragonoid team. Both trucks are staged at the line. Who goes on to semifinals on episode 100? Stage now, here's the green light. Dragonoid got to jump on Goldberg, trying to play catch up now through no man's land, and does! I do believe Goldberg came back in the end and may have just passed up Dragonoid there going across the finish line. We're going to go back and take a look at an MTA photo finish. Aaron Church was letting it all hang out. Here's a look at it. Your winner is Goldberg by merely 3/4 of a truck. Dragonoid, unfortunately, on the trailer. Now, next up in round 2, Bradley Graham, who turned it over in round 1, the former 5-time Thursday Night Thunder champion, now set to take on Kieran Adams and Crash Test Dummy, who is a 4-time champion in his own right and is looking to put K&J Racing at the top of the mountain here tonight. However, Bradley Graham, who's been gone for quite some time, would want this bittersweet victory here tonight on episode 100. Ford versus Chevrolet. There's the green light now, and Crash Test Dummy's got him up the line. Graham trying to play catch up on him, and I don't know if he got it. Kieran's off the track there. He is over in the pit area. A smooth pass for Clydesdale over here in the near lane. There you see Kieran backing up over there by Raising Cane. I'm not sure who got the win. Going back to a photo finish, your winner, and it is Bradley Graham and Clydesdale. The Chevrolet moves on for Outlaw Motorsports here in round 2. And next up in round 2 action, we have got Zach George, the 72 Chevrolet, better known as Titan, now set to take on Rich Wagner out of No Fear Racing. And out of 100 episodes here tonight, he has won 11 of them and looking for win number 12 in the Wild Hair Chevrolet staged over there in the far lane. But he has got a hard task because Zach George knows how to put his bow tie down there at the shutdown area just as quick as the Wild Hair, who moves on to semifinal competition. Wild Hair takes on Titan. Both trucks stage. Here's the green light now, and Titan got him off the line. The veteran falling behind, and Zach George, what a save! Oh my word, what a save across the finish line. Wagner had his hands full from the get-go. And Zach George and Titan, let's go back and take another look as they come down the straight stretch right here. Zach George jumped him off the line, the veteran trying to play catch-up in the far lane. Up and over no man's land, some sick air by Titan, and watch the save across the finish line. Zach George and Titan puts the veteran on the trailer. And a tough break for Rich Wagner. And folks, I'm just excited as you are because now Matt Cheever coming back to the line in Gravedigger the Legend. He is now set to take on the Cowboy from Hell, Timothy Cantwell, and Bounty Hunter from Outlaw Motorsports in the Ford Expedition out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. He wants to put your boy Shaggy on the trailer. 2 Fords to close out round 2. Here's the green light now, and Cheever got him off the line. Bounty Hunter trying to play catch up. Some big air, and Cheever's in trouble and turns it over. And Timothy Cantwell, I do believe, got the win over Gravedigger the Legend. What an incredible race, and Cheever is upside down in the near lane. He got some sick air through no man's land. And yes, indeed, Timothy Cantwell is your winner. And Bounty Hunter and now MTA officials are rolling over Gravedigger the Legend. And we're going to take a look and see how bad it is. And as they bring the truck back around, it looks like he's got some pretty bad body damage going on and a little bit of drivetrain damage, but I know Shaggy will get it back together. Now, flashing back to more Thursday Night Thunder moments, we're going to take you back to the debut of the very first team on Thunder, and that was Digger's Diecast race team, which came of 5 trucks: Gravedigger, Earthshaker, Alien Invasion, Crustacean, and Mohawk Warrior. And that was the first ever team on Thunder, and that was brought to you by Bob Hegan at Digger's Diecast on Instagram, and has changed the game of Thunder ever since. And speaking of Thunder, we're flashing back to episode 57, when down in the trenches came Jason Woken Prowler, making his debut against Taurus in the Chevrolet in the far lane. He got the win. However, later on that night, it wasn't such good luck for Jason Woken Prowler, because in semifinals he took on Zach George and Titan. And watch here, as they head down the straight stretch, he had a lead, and he may have had his hands a little too full. A bad tumble in no man's land costed him the race and tore up a lot of equipment, and will take you down to the pit area, and there you saw the damage done. But that was Jason Wook's debut here on Thunder, and what an unforgettable memory. As we move on to semifinal competition, there's 2 races left. Goldberg taking on Clydesdale, and then Titan takes on Bounty Hunter before we get to the finals. And Robbie Keaton bringing Goldberg to the line. And what he has to remember is that is this man's old truck. Bradley Graham and Clydesdale, the former 5-time Thunder champion, debuted that truck on episode 54, and it's currently driven by Robbie Keaton, who is staged here in the near lane and has done an incredible job in Goldberg here tonight. Bradley Graham and Clydesdale wants to knock off his old truck. There's the green light, and Graham got him off the line. Goldberg trying to come back through no man's land, and what a race it is. I don't know who got the win. There you see Graham backing up off the van stack, and looks like Robbie Keaton was hanging right there with Graham over in the far lane. I'm not sure who got the win as we look at a photo finish. Your winner, Bradley Graham and Clydesdale, and it wasn't by much, but he puts Goldberg on the trailer, which means Clydesdale's in the finals. Who's he going to meet there? Will it be Zach George and the Titan Chevrolet, who had an incredible save last round, or will it be his own teammate, Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter, a former 1-time Thunder champion in his own right? He is representing Outlaw Motorsports, and it may just be an all-Outlaw Motorsports final if Zach George can't put the nail in the coffin for Bounty Hunter. Ford versus Chevrolet to close out semis. Stage now. Here's the green light, and both trucks are even off the line, down through the straight stretch, up and over no man's land, and Cantwell and Bounty Hunter move on to the finals. And ladies and gentlemen, that means it's an all-Outlaw Motorsports finals here on episode 100 of Thursday Night Thunder. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the finals, I want to remind you that May 28th, 2022, MTA and Justice for All is coming to the YouTube channel. 32 of the baddest trucks competing for one championship. But now another Thunder flashback. This was Mitch Brown's debut in Bigfoot. He had raced many times before, but this was his first time behind the wheel of Bigfoot, and he had many races in the truck before, but he took Team Bigfoot to their very first win on Thunder, knocking off Johnson Motorsports and Brodozer in the finals, which crowned Bigfoot its first Thunder championship. And next up in our flashback moments, Gene Patterson, who got his first Thunder victory in the Ford Brass Eagle snake fight in an incredible come-from-behind win. As you see, Jeffrey Skipper and Mountaineer pogoed it through no man's land, and it gave Gene Patterson all the room in the world to put the snake on top. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's what we all come to see. For the 100th time, Thursday Night Thunder brings you the finals, and it's going to be a battle between teammates. Outlaw Motorsports going head-to-head. Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter. Bradley Graham and Clydesdale. Who is going to take home the 100th episode win? Will it be the Cowboy from Hell, who's looking for victory number 2? Or Bradley Graham, who's making his long-awaited return, looking for victory number 6? Ladies and gentlemen, for the 100th time on Thunder, Bounty Hunter now takes on Clydesdale. It's showtime here on Thunder down the straight stretch. Bounty Hunter's got a lead. Clydesdale trying to come back and turns it. Oh my word! Both trucks are upside down in the end. And much like episode 1, the night ends out in a double rollover in the finals. But Bounty Hunter, as we look at the replay, had it all from the get-go. Clydesdale couldn't come up with it, got kicked off the first ramp, and across the finish line they go. Bradley Graham in trouble, and Cantwell hit the van stack at the shutdown area. Both trucks are upside down. But ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight on episode 100 of Thursday Night Thunder. Congratulations to Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter on your second Thunder Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night here on Thursday Night Thunder, but we're not done yet. It's the Outlaw himself, Joshua Wells and Team Gravedigger, and he's better known as the Icon these days, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Here's a little freestyle action from the Team Gravedigger. Down the stretch they go, and look at Wells here in the near lane, end over end, flipping over old Gravedigger number 12, piling him up down there with Outlaw Motorsports. Here's a look at Gravedigger number 3 now, a little crossed up. Some freestyle action from No Fear Racing, and Team Gravedigger is going wild as we head up to the starting line now. A little Halloween action from the Gravedigger team. Up and over the cars there, getting a little cattywampus, and the fans are absolutely loving this. Here's another shot of another Gravedigger driver going ballistic out here on the track, and the fans are absolutely eating this up. On the 100th episode of Thunder, here comes the Green Ghost Gravedigger now and turns it over there. Some freestyle action for the fans, but not to be outdone. Here comes Michael Anderson and the Crazy Bull El Toro Loco. Riding out here to the track, he's going to make a quick time pass here on the 100th episode himself. Down the stretch, up and over the cars here and turns it over. Getting almost into the Gravedigger truck at the end, but hit the brakes and put it on its lid. But K&J Motorsports was not to be outdone as Craddock brings out the beast and gives a little love tap to his teammates. Here we go now, the old Liquidator taking on the beast. Not racing, but some freestyle action here. And look at Liquidator go end over end in the far lane there, and the beast gets into Gravedigger. Here's some father and son action. Liquidator and Crash Test Dummy. Kieran Adams and James Valancourt now up and over, and the body comes off a Liquidator. And these guys are absolutely tearing up the track. And it's all for the great MTA fans. Here's Joey Andrews now, and Black Stallion crossed up now and turns it over. Black Stallion is upside down. And the fans are absolutely enjoying this, but here comes Rich Wagner, the winner of episode 1 of Thunder, in his original ride, the American Guardian Chevrolet, gonna make a final pass in the old ride, up and over no man's land, and a smooth pass, may I may add. The Chevrolet looks to be running great, a little vintage moment, but there was still more, because here came Johnson Motorsports, Jeffrey Skipper, Chantel Bailey, Aiden Johnson, Ryan Johnson, and Jason Wolf. Here's Aiden Johnson now in the new Lumberjack and turns it over. These guys were going nuts because they wanted to show what they were made of out here on the track. And here's a look at Brodozer now in the near lane. Prowler in the far lane getting some big time air. And these guys are just tearing up all the equipment in the world. But it's for the great MTA fans that support this channel. Here comes Mountaineer now in Air Force Afterburner. Jeffrey Skipper now turning it over. Chantel Bailey gets into the old Liquidator machine there in the shutdown area. And these guys are absolutely going ballistic on the track. And it's all for the MTA fans, like I said many times before in this clip. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up episode 100 here on Thursday Night Thunder. And I want to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting the MTA YouTube channel. Whoever wrote me a letter, sent me a message, or even sent in these trucks to compete in competition, I thank you guys, and I truly do mean this when I say, if it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be here. And I thank you for your continued love and support of the MTA YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys down the road. Here's to 100 more, and I'll catch you guys next week on Thunder.
Standing tall up in victory lane, I done brought the pain and now they screaming my name. Yeah, everybody saw me rock the place. Now there's flashbulbs are popping and mics in my face. Always giving the crowd what they need. Now they're wearing my shirts front row to nosebleed. Now the crowd forms is what it's all about. Signing autographs until the lights out. Yeah, it's about that. It's about that.